Welcome back. The White House is taking action to prevent human trafficking.
The scourge of human trafficking is the modern-day equivalent of slavery. Eradicating this horrific crime and helping its victims have been a top priority for President Trump's administration.
Attorney General Bill Barr joined with presidential advisor Ivanka Trump on Tuesday to announce more than $35 million in Justice Department grants to provide safe housing for victims of human trafficking. Barr said the DOJ would, quote, investigate, prosecute, and punish traffickers. Ivanka Trump called the plight of human trafficking the gravest of human rights violations. Well, joining me now with more on this very important topic is Timothy Head, Executive Director of the Faith and Freedom Coalition. Timothy, thank you very much for being here with us tonight. For our viewers who may not be familiar, talk about how much of a problem human trafficking is here in the United States.
Well, we talk a lot about drug trafficking, and we talk a lot about arms, gun trafficking, but the reality is that human trafficking has actually become the fastest growing illegal activity that's happening in the United States today, and in fact around the world. It's unfortunately it's a tragic but explosive and incredibly lucrative business right now around the globe.
Well, how important is it for the faith community to fight against this growing problem that you just described, and how should Christians go about doing that?
Well, from our perspective at the Faith and Freedom Coalition, the very same values and biblical principles that motivate us to support innocent life in the womb equally motivates us to defend and protect innocent life once born. And so this is a fundamental human right and a biblical perspective to say that every one of these victims is certainly created in the image of God and has dignity and value. So churches across the country and Christians themselves can take action, not only in political action. We're talking about public policy in the Trump administration's activity, but even a lot of churches across the country are taking matters into their own hands, either ministries reaching out to women that have been victimized or children that have been victimized, or holding Johns, the men who actually solicit prostitutes or underage girls, holding them accountable.
Yeah, I know your organization spends a lot of time working on this particular issue, and though it's everywhere, it's still somewhat hidden and subtle. What are the warning signs that people can look out for?
Well, it's a good question. One of the challenges that we do find is, and that sometimes we refer to this as that it is truly hidden in plain sight. So more and more airports across the country are having indicators or call numbers that you can call in public transit areas, airports. There are bus terminals, restaurants, etc. People that frequently there are an adult male might travel with a child that may seem sort of unusually gravitating towards the child and kind of making sure that the child can't move or can't navigate a restaurant or a bus cabin, etc. I think that it really just takes a heightened antenna just to be aware that this actually is happening more than any of us wish it was.
Absolutely, and it's good to know some of those warning signs so that perhaps we can take action if the opportunity presents itself. Timothy Head with the Faith and Freedom Coalition, thanks so much for joining us tonight.